Well, hello there, ladies and gents. Oops, gotta put on my hair light. See what a difference that makes. Well, hello there, ladies and gents. I'm Tammy Sipnewski, your crypto queen. Thank you so much for popping by my channel. Remember, try to only buy on those red candles. So, what is it right now for terrarium? I think we might have a little bit of a red candle. So, now is a great time to add to your bag if you've not previously purchased in terrarium or if you've purchased in at a higher price. This is the best time to dollar cost average in. I always say that. I always say that. So here's my story with terrarium. I bought on day of launch bright and early, woke up at 6:30, and we know it was a little delayed, not very long. I went live with Teddy Ganja and we were, shooting the shit. Dr. Praveen blessed Teddy Ganja and came on his live stream. Now, I had heard Dr. Praveen speak earlier in the AMA on Twitter, and there was something about, just the way he spoke, how forthright he was, that I really felt, I have no reason to trust this guy. I don't know anything about him, nothing. But there was something about him that said, I trust this dude. I believe what he's saying. When he's saying that he's going to be in this for a minimum of 7 years, I really believe him. I really do. So I bought in the day of launch. Good evening, everybody. We actually have RD in the house. RD Price is the man. Hello, RD. Thanks for popping in. You know, I really felt like I could trust him. So I bought in the day of launch and I'm holding, my bag. Here's the story. I got picked on a lot last night because I posted a screenshot of what I have in my MetaMask wallet. And I didn't do it to brag. I did not do it to brag. I just did it because somebody on Twitter said, "Hey, if you're in terrarium, you're getting wrecked right now. Come back to Saitama." And he posted this absolutely fictitious chart. And I'm like, oh no, that's not true. That's not true at all. So I had to respond by putting up my MetaMask wallet amount. And I told everyone, I'm like, listen, I bought in with 500 bucks and I have $5,000 in my MetaMask account right now. Now, people are going to think I'm crazy that I didn't take profits and I didn't sell. No, that's right. Didn't take profits. And you know why? Because this for me is going to be a long term hold. Long term hold, I'm holding it. Who else? Who else is a holder? Jojo says, "Hello, I enjoy your YouTube channel. Thank you. Just curious what city or state you broadcast from." I'm in Pittsburgh. I am in New Jersey. And that's all the info you get. For obvious reasons. Come on, I don't want to dox myself now. That wouldn't be cool. What's up, Neville? What's up, Suresh? Hello. Thanks for joining me. So, yeah, I just wanted to say, it's a lot of people are getting, putting out a lot of nasty tweets about poor Dr. Praveen. They're like, yeah, he's not dumping. It's not my Dr. Praveen. It's not him. It's not him. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with people taking profits. There's nothing wrong with that. It's the American way. People are going to take profits. Maybe even I should have taken profits, but it has been my plan to do a long-term hold, and I plan to do that. As a matter of fact, I even went on Bitmart and purchased some on Bitmart. And do you know why? I want those reflections too. Yes, the queen is greedy. I want all of the reflections. I want them all. I want them all. Is that wrong? RD Price says, "Then call me crazy too." So he didn't take profits either. Good for you, RD. Hold tight in there, guys. Trailblaze MC says, "I also only put in 500 and I'm hodling for the long term." Good for you. Good for you, because this is going to be massive. It's going to be massive. I just have a feeling that it's going to be everything that they promise it's going to be. It's going to be a centralized exchange. Come on, it's like a bank. It's going to be the new crypto.com, but better. But better because they're gonna have on those all those DeFi things going on there too, which is rare. What other exchange is doing that right now? I don't think any. And here's the big thing, RD will tell you what's coming up, 5 more exchanges. So on top of CoinTiger, on top of Bitmart, they still have 5 more exchanges to come, and they put out a tweet today saying that they have enough volume to get on the really big exchanges. We're talking the big ones, and once it hits those, look what happened to Shiba Inu when it hit the big exchanges. That thing absolutely exploded. What's the difference between Terrarium and Shiba Inu? A big difference. We know Shiba Inu is a big, huge community token. We know that. And they have Shiba Swap. But this is going to be completely different than that. What's up, riding with Brad? Welcome, Terrarium. Got the Terrarium bunch in the house. Yes, preach queen. That's right. I'm hodling for the long term, people. Listen, I'm a little older. Okay. Oh, you know what? My face is so big here. We don't need to see all that. Oh, that's so much better. Oh, thank you. I'm a little older, okay, I'm 50. I need to start thinking about retirement. I need to be a little more conservative. So when I see something that has the potential like Terrarium has, I'm in it. I'm not going to gamble by snagging a few $1,000s profit right now, not in this early stage. No, I'm not going to think about getting profits until like a year or 2 from now. Not until it's some serious money. Some serious money. I better mute my phone. I mean, look at that chart. It's beautiful. Now, I bought in, like I said, let me go way down here, day of launch, the very beginning. And this whole thing happened. To be honest with you, I expected it. I thought it was going to be this. And I knew when it hit Bitmart that a lot of people were going to take profits. I knew it because it always happens. Whenever something hits Bitmart, there's always like a ginormous pump as soon as it launches. And then immediately, the people who purchased on wallets, they always start taking profits. Everyone I know, Rodney took profits. I don't think he took profits today. He took profits earlier. Uh, just a lot of the people I know, they took profits. Smart thing to do. But, Rodney's a little younger than me. Oh, we have a doctor in the house. Hello, doctor. Are you a cardiologist? Wait, I got to make this a little bigger now. Hold on. How does it sound? Dr. Victor Pena says, not selling or taking profits either. I am holding long term too. I truly believe that this is a once in a lifetime chance to be in a very special project. I think so too. That's what I'm saying. There, honestly, there was just something different about this. Not just because it's not a meme coin, but because the professionals that they had assembled, the way that Milton spoke during the AMAs, the way that Dr. Praveen just stood up and said, "Yeah, I got 108 wallets, and I'm gonna keep them, and I'm gonna hold them." I was like, "Yeah, this is different." Am I single? No. Nope, I'm not single. Alfredo. Sorry, I don't have my glasses on. I always wind up squinting at the screen. Mask Power says, however, the team blocked me in Telegram for asking questions. Oh, I went on a tirade calling them a scam. I was pissed. Well, Mask Powers, why did you do that? I still bought though. Listen, to be honest with you, oh, somebody gave me a super chat. Thank you. I appreciate it. Once again, I don't have my glasses on, so I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce that. Halal? I guess. Thank you very much. Listen, one of my friends actually contacted me on Twitter because he was unsure whether or not he should buy in because there's so much FUD going on right now saying that it is a scam. And he was freaked out. He's like, "Man, there's a lot of people saying that, there's a lot of wallets by whales, and you really have to tell them the story as to what's going on, have them listen to some of the AMAs to get them to understand." When I did my review on Terrarium, the very first video that I did, instead of, like, diving into the project, I literally spent 5 minutes covering all of this, Dr. Praveen's wallets, why people were picking on them, why they were calling them a scam. So, yeah, I mean, I can understand why you were blocked in Telegram if you called them a scam. I mean, I would imagine that's highly frowned upon. I'm sure you can understand their position. Johnny Cash in the house. "Hey, Tammy, did you get in on the presale?" "No, I didn't." "For the crypto vault?" "Nope. I was this close and I missed out." I missed out, but that's okay. You know why? Because I have a lot of terrarium. I hold it in my MetaMask wallet, and I also purchased on Bitmart because I would like to be the recipient of those reflections too. Because like every other token, if you're holding in a MetaMask wallet, I mean, I think this is the case, and maybe if RD is still in here, I know he had a long day, maybe he can answer. Normally, when you hold in a wallet, you don't get to receive reflections from people that have purchased on different exchanges. I imagine that's going to be the case here, so I wanted to get into Bitmart just so that I could, uh yeah, mask, play nice. I think he is, though. Red Sox is in the house. What's up, Red Sox? I just saw you in, well, actually, I was watching Teddy Ganja's live stream from this morning, and you popped in there. Oh, another thank you very much. I really appreciate you, Halal. Thank you very much. William says, "Glad to hear your oh no, my camera. Please turn on. There we go. Glad to hear your reassuring thoughts on this. I value your opinion as I think you look at things very analytically. Today was rough." I know today was rough because one of my friends, obviously, I say one of my friends, it's not somebody I live next to. These are people that I have relationships with just on Twitter. The one guy that didn't listen to me this whole time, I've been telling this dude, "Hey, man, buy into terrarium. You won't regret it." Now, this has been going on for weeks. I'm like, "Hey, did you get into terrarium?" "No, I'm on the fence." I'm like, "Well, don't be on the fence too long." Guess when he bought in? Last night at the all-time high. So, of course, this morning, he's, like, sending me it's like he raided my Twitter inbox. He's like, "What's going on? I'm being liquidated over here." I'm like, "Listen, calm down. You just bought in last night at an all-time high. It hit Bitmart today. This always happens when things hit Bitmart. It pumps, and then it goes down. We might accumulate here for a little bit. This is the time to add to your position when a dollar cost average in a little bit." But people, they put money in and I understand. It's frustrating, it's nerve-wracking. You start chewing on your nails thinking, "Oh, no, am I gonna lose it?" You're not gonna lose your money. You're not listen, a year from now, you're gonna look back and think, "Man, I was biting my nails when it was at that price. I should have shut up and doubled my position. What was I thinking?" I know that's what's gonna happen. So I had to calm him down, so, yeah. No, I'm not worried whatsoever. Keegan Kang. "Hi, Crypto Queen. Thank you so much for your content on Terra. I looked into it after your content and I am glad I got in." Yes. Did you get in early? Really appreciate your content. I appreciate you for watching my content. I really do appreciate it. I think everyone that always comes over whenever I'm hitting the lives or, when I do my regular videos, I appreciate it. Riding with Brad says, "Terrarium will be the next 1000x. Trust me. Give it a year, or is that two? The central exchange will shake this space in crypto. Amen." JG says, "Hey, Crypto Queen." That's right. Alfredo says, "Am I a strong holder in Shiptoro?" Yes, I am. Yep, I certainly am. Dr. Pena says your friend can dollar cost average. Get some more Terra at a lower price. Absolutely. Let's take a peek back at that chart because I just want to, again, make people understand that there's a lot of FUD going on right now with terrarium, and we all know who it's from. We all know why they're doing it. We all know why they're upset. Listen, Praveen was on a sinking ship. He was there. He was on a sinking ship, and they're pissed that he jumped on a lifeboat. Okay, terrarium was his lifeboat. He jumped on it, and they're upset because they don't want to. They want to stay on that ship and continue to ride it down. We all know what a dire situation it is, and I have to be very honest with you. I shouldn't say that because I hate when people say I have to be honest. I don't know why I keep saying that. I want to tell you a story. Let me start it off that way. This poor woman sent me screenshots today of the different exchanges that she did, different trades that she did with Saitama. I'm not talking about this chick grabbed $100 here and there. She was banging some real money. She was throwing down thousands at a time because she wanted to buy the dip. She's out like 25 grand at this point. She says her husband's going to kill her. She's very worried he's gonna divorce her. She's like, "He trusted me with that money. What do I do? What do I do?" It's not the same lady that reached out to Brad. "Oh, someone else gave me a super chat. What is up?" Thank you very much, Sanad. If I'm not pronouncing your name correctly, I do apologize because I don't have my glasses on, so I'm sure I'm blowing that. But she's very upset because her husband trusted her with this money to make this investment. And she put it all in Saitama, not at once. She thought she was doing the right thing, and that's what she said. She's like, "I thought I was being so savvy and smart. I didn't spend it all at one time. I would put in a little here and a little there, and when it kept going lower and lower, I kept adding to my position." And she's like, "Now it's down here." And I'm like, I hate to tell you this, but you really need to get out of there at this point because and how do you tell somebody that? Like, just scrape together, the money that she's out, and just leave? Because you always hear, "If you don't sell, you're not going to lose anything," which is absolutely true, normally. But when it's in a token that right now, I feel like Saitama is at a very dangerous place, and the reason that I say that is because they're always saying that they're low on funds, there's no marketing wallet, and they got no money, and we know the one wallet that's being liquidated right now, that's held by one of the developers. That's being liquidated so that they can put money onto SataMask so that there's liquidity there. It has to be. It has to be that because why all of a sudden would this mask start selling, wallet starts selling, and then the liquidity starts getting added to say it's very suspicious. If he doesn't hit a home run in Dubai, I think this could be very bad for Saitama. And I'm not just saying that. You know who else said it? I tell you, but unfortunately, I forgot that dude's name. Hold on, let me think about it. He's the guy that does Saitama videos. He just had Russ on for an AMA where he was talking about SataMask. He has his channel, he's a fitness guru too. Shucks, why can't I remember this guy's name? Is it Scotty? I think he's got Scott Herman. That's who he is. Scott Herman, he's got that thick accent. He even said, Russ has to succeed in Dubai. If he doesn't pick up more investors in Dubai, I think Saitama's in big trouble. He came out and said that. Can you believe it? If Scott Herman said Saitama's in trouble if they don't pick up some more whales, you know they're in trouble. Thank you, Halal. Thank you so much. I appreciate the super chat. Thank you. Tracy G she put in, "Yep, Scott Herman. Yep, thank you." Yeah, thank you because maybe, sometimes I'm older. So sometimes I think about things, then they leave my mind and I'm like, "Oh, come back to me." and sometimes they just don't. Riding with Brad says, Dubai Expo is Saitama's last hope. If they screw that up, it's over. I think you're right. I think you're so right. I I really think it's do or die over there at the Dubai Expo for them. So getting back to terrarium, let me make the chart a little bigger for me here. Listen, I think that considering all of the people that are in it right now, and as we can see right here, the holder count, bear in mind, this is a holder count that's only reflected for wallets. This doesn't count for the people that hold this on Bitmart. This is actually not bad. And let me explain to you why this is actually not that bad. A lot of people bought into this, like me, with a very little bit of money. I only put in $500 in terrarium the day of launch. Last night, my wallet got up to $5,000. That's a lot of money. And sometimes when people see that much money, they have to pull it. Maybe they need it. There's a lot of people, regular people. This is, listen, I know there was some big ETH sales, and of course, wealthier people are going to do what they do. They put in a lot of ETH, and they're probably going to take out half their ETH because they want to get into other projects too. And I don't blame them. When you have that kind of money, you want to spread a lot of seeds around, make sure everything is taking root. I get it. And they could have sold high. They're waiting for it to retrace, and they might buy back in because that's how rich people do. Oh, another super chat. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate you guys. Thank you so very much. So, considering that a lot of people took profits, we have a really good floor right here. I mean, look at it. So now we understand that this is going to be a very strong support level for us in the 5 area. That's great. That's really good. I understand that some people bought in on the tippy top at the all-time high, and I get it. It can be scary, it can be frustrating, but keep this in mind. This is just the first exchange. This was when the big heavy hitters are, of course, going to take their profits. Of course, they're going to start taking their profits at the first all-time high. That's when it happens. They'll probably buy back in somewhere in this area, but it's going to launch on 5 more exchanges very soon. And we even heard from Milton that the volume they have is such that now they're going to be able to apply to those bigger exchanges. They got enough volume to get on them. So that's really cool. That's really good. Once it starts going on to those big exchanges, like I said, that was a game changer for Shiba Inu. It's going to be a game changer for Terrarium. Neville's in the house. I'm buying the dip soon. I bought on Bitmart today. Not as soon as it launched. I waited for the inevitable pullback because I knew a lot of people were going to start snagging their profits. And we always say it's the right thing to do. We call it money hands. You got to grab some profits when you can. What's up, that guy? That guy threw me a $2 super chat, and I very much appreciate it, that guy. What are we calling the terrarium people? Like the Shiptoro people are the Shiptorians or the Shiptoro Guard. What are we calling the terrarium people? Is it just like the generic terrarium army, or what's their name? Gotta have a name. What do you think, RD? Riding with Brad says totally agree. Yep. So I'm not shook. I'm not worried. And I didn't take profits. I left my bag in there intact. I don't want to lose out on anything. Because I know what this is going to be. This is going to be huge, huge. And they're not messing about here. Like, they're down to work. They're working on this. I think he said when I had Wilman on my channel for an AMA, he said in 45 days, they're going to start beta testing the exchange, their platform in 45 days. And I was like, oh, Wilman, I want a beta test. Can I beta?" He's like, "No, it's because it's a centralized exchange, there is some certain security protocols that we have to go through, so it's not going to be open for, regular people to go in there and do beta testing." He's like, "It has to be done with their team." Excuse me. Hi hi, sweetheart, be quiet, though. I know, be quiet, though. My cat, she's crazy. The Tarragoons? Is that what they're called? Terra Squad. Ooh, that's a good one. Terra Squad. Okay, hold on. Come on, honey. Come on. Come on. This is my girl, Libby. She's noisy. It's tangled up in my wire. I like that. The Terra Squad. So I'm a member of the Terra Squad. Dakota Bunnyverse says, "This is the next Ethereum." That's a mighty bold statement there, Dakota. That's a mighty bold statement. You know who's going to agree with you? RD. Look, look, look what RD just did for you. He loves you now. That's that's a big statement. But you know what? You could be right because I mean they are going to have everything. NFT platform, the debit card that's going to be attached to it. They're going to have decentralized things on their platform, which I think is amazing. Because when you think of I was thinking of it in terms as like the next crypto.com. But if you want to get into the decentralized area of crypto.com, you have to actually leave their platform and go on their DeFi wallet to do anything with, their separate dApps or decentralization, anything like VVS Finance is on their DeFi wallet. We're not going to have to do that with Terrarium. I think that's super cool. Somebody said Terrarians. I like that. Oh, I like the other one better, the Terra Squad. I have to say, I like that one better. It just sounds tougher, right? Oh, RD Price says, Dakota, you're his new favorite. Anonymux, I guess that's supposed to say Anonymous One. Hey, Tammy. I mean, oh, I don't, we'll just put it up anyway because you know what? I don't care. Hey, Tammy, or hi, Tranny. He's calling me a tranny. I mean, Trampy. I mean, Tammy. Come on. You don't bother me. You don't bother me. I don't I don't respond to personal attacks. It's just I'm too old for that shit, let me tell you. So I think, that's the reason why the wolf pack is very upset because we see the potential here with terrarium and we know where it's going. They're very upset that Dr. Bravine took his money and left. Now, I want you to think about the kind of character that Dr. Praveen has. What an amazing man he is. He had his money in Saitama at an all-time high. It was worth $70 million. dollars. Oh my gosh, $70 million. dollars. I wonder if Dr. Praveen is married. What do you guys think? You think Dr. Praveen is married? Probably not, because if I was his wife and he had $70 million dollars and he didn't take it out, oh, she probably would be beating the shit out of him, right? RD, is he married? Terror Squad. Yeah, I think I like it too. I would be beating the shit out of him. I'd be like, "What? You lost $70 million dollars?" He had $70 million dollars in Saitama and let it ride because he wanted to show his support for that project. He believed in it. Can you imagine now he's a part of this project? He's a part of it. He's one of the advisors. He's in it. And he's going to make sure this thing is going to be everything he had hoped Saitama would be. But Saitama let him down. So he took his money and he scrammed out of there. And it was the right thing to do because, at least when he started pulling his money out, I think they were like up in the 20s and now they've trickled down to 12. I think he said by the time he left, it was like 8 million, and he still didn't pull out his entire position. When they started talking about terrarium, he still had money in Saitama. But the wolf pack was like, "Oh, take your bags and leave. We'll enjoy the reflections. When the hyperburn, you're gonna cause the hyperburn." What hyperburn? Everyone has been selling the crap out of Saitama. Has anybody seen any kind of hyperburn happen yet? I agree, Kevin. He says Saitama is full of shit. I believe so. Um, that guy says, "I'm a troll, but not like that." What? Mask Power says, "I literally went to Vegas and saw the train wreck in person. I only watched it because of Jake Gagan. That will go down in history as the most terrible live stream that has ever taken place and probably single-handedly no, I can't even say it caused the crash because I think the big holders in that project, the developers, were the ones and all the big investors, like the influencers, the ones who had a lot of tokens, they were all dumping. There's this one picture that was taken of Tran right at the Vegas party, and he had this ginormous smile on his face that it reeked of I'm so proud of this project. We're going places. It was the smile of a man that says, "I just got $1 million in my bank account and it's all mine." That's what his face said. That's what it really said. Riding with Brad says, "I remember that November 13th. I literally watched it because I was an investor and so excited. That guy with his $2 super chat. Thank you very much." RD Price says, "Thank you very much, that guy. I appreciate it." But there was free food. There better been free booze too. I mean, everybody was pretty liquored up there. They had to pay for those drinks? William. William says, "I felt bad. I felt like a fool investing in Saitama when I watched the Vegas show, especially when they showed that game." I didn't see. What game? What you mean just in general? It was a big game? I mean, it's what can be said about that? So they're just upset with Dr. Praveen that he took his money and left, that he got into something that's an actual project. Oh, I should have asked Anonymous how because I'm busy right now doing a live stream. "Hey, what's the price on Seda Realty? Can someone check that for me?" Oh, my bad. Oh, Wolfcaster. Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm not a game person myself, so I didn't even really pay attention to it, but I mean, of course, the Wolf Pack thinks it's the best thing since Pokemon or Mario, or they likened it to a game like that, like some big game. They're like, "Man, this has all the elements of like Mario Kart, like it's old school." And I was like, "Oh, it's just like a dog that's running. It's like a dog running. How's that fun?" Right? That's not fun. Hi, Juanito. Thanks for popping in. Yeah, so guys, don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry about the terrarium chart. I'm not worried. We got good support here now. This was a good area of support. We have 5 more exchanges that are going to be launched soon. We're going to be on those bigger exchanges. And this is, like I told my friend yesterday, dude, this is the very beginning. Like, this is not even a month old. What are you thinking? This is not a meme coin. This is not a shit coin. This is going to be do you understand what this is? That I always say this story, and in case you're new here, you might appreciate it. If you're not new here, you're probably sick of hearing it. That guy again. Ooh, he called me a cougar, and I'm beautiful. I appreciate that. You have no idea how much I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you very much. So I'll tell 'em a little story again for those who have never heard it because it's good. And actually, I know RD is a little bit, a little Hollywood. This might make for a good commercial idea. Cryptocurrency, think about it. Cryptocurrency is the only time in history where the average person like you and me, who's not absolutely loaded with money, it's the first time in history where we could walk up to a group of wealthy individuals that are working on a huge investment. They're putting millions of dollars into an investment. They're gonna make something significant, huge, something that's going to be generational wealth for their families. And they're talking about how much capital they're infusing into this project, and you tap them on the shoulders. Let's say they're, like, at their country club, at a big round table, they're all sipping on their Remy's, smoking their cigars, talking about the big deal they're putting together, and me, the little bus girl, clearing out the table, dumping their ashes. I hear what they're saying about this huge investment opportunity that they're doing. And I say to them, "Hey, I got some money. Can I throw some money in, like 20 bucks?" And I put like a $20 bill on the table and they look at it and they turn around and they're like, "Sure, come on in. Anybody can invest with us. Let's go. We'll take anything." Cryptocurrency is the first time in history that is making it possible for individuals like me and like you to get in with these wealthy guys that are building this amazing thing, and we can put in whatever we want, however much we can afford, however much we want. We can add to our investment if we want, and we can pull profits if we want. Is there any other time in history where that has been possible? None. None. That's right. Jump in. Mass Power says it's incredible it's an incredible opportunity. I'm obsessed with stocks and crypto. Me too, because I'm old. Oh, anonymous with a $5 super chat. I feel an apology coming on. Yo, I apologize. I like your channel and the content you provide, and I subscribed. I know you work hard. I do work hard, and I appreciate it. It's cool. I get it. You know why? And I'll tell you why that I don't hold animosity towards people, because so many people attack me on Twitter and they say all of these things about me that aren't true, and I never respond to it. I never say anything because I'm too old for that, and I just kind of keep going with my facts as long as I just tell facts. How can that be wrong? As long as I'm just telling the facts the way they are, you can't be wrong. As long as you're an honest person, that's what you gotta do. You gotta be honest with people, and I feel like I always am. So I never even respond to the stuff because I don't care. But I thank you for your apology. I thank you for the $5 super chat, and I thank you, for being a big person to say that you were sorry and that you realize I work hard. And I hope you know that I just give advice to help people. I didn't come from a family with a lot of money. Shit, we were poor, like a poor, like poor. There was no food in the house, poor. I mean, we weren't on food stamps or anything because my dad would never allow it. That's why there was no food in the house. That's what, like that kind of poor, you guys. And I think it just made me a stronger person. My brothers and I were all business owners, and we all work very hard to get where we are. So I want to help people, especially women. I want them to become financially independent. And if I see somebody getting into something that they could potentially get hurt in, I'm going to try to help them stay away from it. And I'm going to try to find something that's decent, a good investment for them to put their money in where they could reap some rewards. Yeah, we're all gonna talk about tokens that are gonna go bad. Like, at one of the round tables, we were talking about that, like, we're all it's gonna happen to us. We're gonna promote something that's gonna be a rug pull. Like, it's all going to happen to us at one point or another. I hope it doesn't. I'm gonna try really hard to make sure that doesn't happen to me, but it's going to happen. But I do work hard to help people. That's my goal here, to help people. So I do appreciate that. Thank you. Arturo's in the house. Thank you very much for popping by. Mass Power says, follow me on Twitter, RD. Oh, now you got to follow him, RD. He's right here. That guy says, damn sure doesn't look old at all and has a calming voice. LOL, you're friends with my wife, Tammy. I am. Who's your wife? Do you want to say? You mean in real life or on Twitter or on YouTube? Juanito says, I've been rugged. Ooh, Tazuki Inu. Can I tell you a story? I had just launched my YouTube channel when the Tazuki Inu rug happened. And I had like probably a couple hundred subscribers, not that many. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to do a video on this because people need to know. And I launched the video right away because at that time people were unsure if it had actually been a rug. And overnight, boom, it's crazy. I got like 1,000 subscribers in one night because of the Suzuki Inu rug pull. Woman power. Awesome. Well, you're a lucky man. I have a radio voice. Thank you. And my denoiser is on. So it's not even capturing the true essence of my, and I'm a smoker. That's probably why, because I'm a smoker, but I keep the denoiser on because my cat's always in the room crying. So in order to kind of like block her out, I always put the denoiser on. So, normally you can get a better sense of my calming voice. Some guy actually offered to pay me money to read a book to him, like an audio book. But I was like, I don't want to get in trouble. Like, what if he posts it somewhere? I don't wanna get in trouble for that. So I'm like, "No." And plus how long that would take me to, and I don't have the patience to read an entire book. I'll DM you her name. Okay. But I'm saying, is it, oh, okay. That's her name. Oh, crap. I have a Canon camera and it turns off after 25 minutes, so I constantly have to keep hitting the shutter button. I know, doctor. Thank you, doctor. I know I shouldn't smoke, but here's the funny story. I was doing the AMA with Dr. Willman of Terrarium, and before I go live, I have my guests come on like 10 minutes prior just to make sure, like a quick little sound check to make sure the video is good, to make sure the audio is good, to make sure it's a good connection. And he came in and he was sitting in his beautiful, well, he wasn't in his home. I guess he was out on the patio in his beautiful place in Key West. The background was gorgeous and he's sitting there. I'm like, okay, well, it sounds really good. We have about 10 minutes. So I'm just going to run and, have a quick smoke and I'll be back in 10 minutes. And as I'm walking out of the room, I'm like, did I just tell a doctor that I smoke? Right? Yeah, I do smoke. Here's the thing, guys. I've been smoking for 42 years. I can't quit. I find that when people have parents that smoke, they smoke. So my mother was a smoker, and I started stealing her cigarettes when I was 8. And she smoked while she was pregnant with all of us, with the exception of my youngest brother and my youngest sister. All my other siblings, she smoked with. But, guys, I'm old. Back then, they didn't know. My mom didn't know she shouldn't smoke. She felt guilty after she found out that it was harming us. But so I guess you could say I was even smoking in utero, right? See, this is why Anonymous is very upset and angry. Look, got rugged in Suzuki too. So listen, you're in a good project now. If you are indeed in terrarium, I think you said that earlier. Did you say you're in terrarium? I don't know if that might have been somebody else. I hope you're in terrarium because now is the time to buy in. Look at this chart. Seriously. This is a good support line right here. That's a good support area at 55. And we are going to be on 5 more exchanges. I think RD, one of the 5 is it in the next month, the 5 exchanges, or is it 6 weeks? I can't remember what it was, but pretty shortly. Look at everyone's got a rug story. Thank you. Thank you. I'm like fine wine, he said. I appreciate that. But yeah, I think that when people have parents that smoke, they wind up becoming smokers themselves, unfortunately. Try vaping. You know, I did. I tried vaping, and then I heard this horrible story about popcorn lung and how it's actually even worse than having smoker's lung. I heard that, and I'm like, no. Plus, you can only vape, like, you could only take a puff once every 20 minutes. That's not enough. I can't just take a puff every 20 minutes. When I smoke, I like to smoke. You guys, it's so serious. I know I have to quit. I know. I've tried Shantex. I've tried hypnotism. I've tried cold turkey. Like, there's nothing that I haven't tried, and I keep going back to it. And I'm like, why am I struck? I know it's gonna kill me. I know. And the reason that I'm so desperate to quit at this point is because of these lines right here. Not because it's killing me, but because it's aging me. I have smoker's lines on my lips, but somebody told me I could get them filled. Little filler. Smoke CBD joints. That's less fun, right? That's less fun than THC. Just saying. And by the way, marijuana is legal here in New Jersey, and that's where I live, in New Jersey. So it's totally legal here. Isn't it crazy to think like it was such a crime like 20 years ago? People go to jail for marijuana. They're sitting there for like 5, 6 years. People who rape people get out earlier. Like it's ridiculous. And now it's legal. Okay, so now everybody's starting to give me tips on how to quit smoking, which I appreciate. Let's see. Arturo says, drink tons of ice cold water after smoking. Trust me, you'll never smoke again. Anonymous says, I didn't say I was in the TERA squad, but I did buy in like 3 hours ago in a bit in Bitmart that current tip. Okay, good for you. Good for you. That's great because I really think it's going to be really big. This is the kind of thing that like was it Brad that said it earlier? This is really a once in a lifetime opportunity, or maybe it was Mask Powers that said it. It's a once in a lifetime opportunity. This is not some kind of little chick coin or, I mean, think about it. These guys, they're all doxxed. Dr. Praveen, all of them, Dr. Nadu, Milton, RD, all of these guys. Look, RD is famous. I didn't know that. Did you guys know RD is famous? He's like Hollywood famous. I didn't know this. I didn't know it. Do you really think they're gonna pull a scam on people? People know where they live. Dr. Praveen probably has his patients investing in it, like, people know them. It's not like they can get away with it at this point, so these guys are seriously building something, so this is really a once in a lifetime opportunity, I'm telling one day because cryptocurrency in general is still so new. So new, it's so early, it's really good that we're all here this early. Can you imagine think of the people that got into Binance very early, the people who got into crypto.com very early, although crypto.com is still in its infancy as well, but even crappy Bitmart token is like 40 cents. KuCoin, I think, is like 20 bucks a token. I think Gate.io is a couple bucks a token. Like, can you imagine the people that got in early there and hodled? This is where we're at with Terrarium. Juanito, okay, all right, hold on a second. I didn't wanna have to do it, but I just might now because this is the big long one. There's always a weird glare. Anyone here use Bitmart and have ever been screwed when buying? Oh, I bought Saitama on Bitmart when it was first listed. I bought $140 worth of Saitama and got only 65 million tokens. At 70? What did you think you were entitled to, if you don't mind me asking? But no, not although you I have to be honest, I've never actually sat down and calculated any of my purchases on Bitmart. I kind of just take it for granted that they're gonna nick some kind of fee off of there. I will say this though, I did transfer some of my Saitama out of Bitmart to put in my MetaMask wallet because everybody was talking about the hyperburn. This is when it was draining down from 50. I'm like, "Listen, I only have 5 billion in there at this point." But listen, when I bought the 5 billion, it was like $100 a billion. So it was a little, it was some money for me, you know? I might and by the way, it's like $60 now. I might as well realize some of these huge reflections because everybody was always talking about, man, we're going to be able to live off the reflections. If you're getting into Saitama, you'll be able to live off the reflections. So I transferred my tokens over to MetaMask from Bitmart. At the time, it was only worth like $150. They took $40 worth of Saitama. That was the transfer fee out of Bitmart. It was insane. I don't know if it's, like, just if because I withdrew so little, or even if I had withdrawn a lot, maybe it still would have been $40, like, maybe it was just my bad luck to do that. That's not 70s, bro, your math is off. I think that's what he's saying, Anonymous. I think he's saying that he was supposed to get more. When he bought that much, they were supposed to give him more, but you should hit up the support. I'm sure Bitmart has some kind of support there. You could chat with them or, does anybody have a call center anymore? Who knows? Try to give them a shout. Juanito said my 140 became $6 in a blink. Yeah. We're all low. Anybody that bought in, I initially started buying into Saitama when it launched on Bitmart. So it was okay. And then it went up. They went to Vegas and my money took off and I should have taken profits there, but I held because you get caught up in the FOMO. You get caught up in what they're telling you is going to happen, and I should have there was just something in my gut when I watched some of these devs speak. Like I said, when I saw that picture of Nam, I should have sold. There was just something. Listen, I'm not gonna say I'm intuitive or anything like that, but I can judge I can look at somebody and I don't know what it is. I can size them up right away. Like, I can tell good person, bad person type of thing. There was something about the look on Nam's face, that smile that said, "I just became a millionaire." Like, it's not a smile of somebody that, "We're doing great with this project, and we're gonna help a lot of people, and this is going to be an amazing journey." It was, "Man, I'm fucking rich now." Like, that's the kind of smile it was. It was eerie, and I went back to try to find the picture to screenshot it so I could, make a little bubble, like, a little caption that kinda said something to that effect, and it's not there. I think he realized that it was a bad look, especially when the price tanked, so he got rid of it. Okay, the glasses have to go on again for this one. I thought about buying after Vegas. Thank goodness I didn't. After the Vegas fiasco, I wanted to see if they would come through on their promises. No, I didn't. No, I didn't get in on the CVT presale. Is that the one that just ended? I can't believe it's down 95%. Of course, we're talking about Saitama there. Marty blocked your comments so no one could read them. That stinks. Arturo says, I want to buy $500 worth of Saitama right now. Thoughts? I don't think there's a buy signal there for Saitama. You guys know I always give you the facts and information. For the longest time, I said, now's not the time to buy Saitama. And everyone was getting super pissed at me. The wolf pack, of course. And finally, it happened, you guys. We got a buy signal on Saitama. And I said, "It it's here. The buy signal is here. Go ahead and buy Saitama." And of course, like the next day, it was that one pump where it pumped up really, really high. And I think that was the last pump we had. But that's because if I looked at all the different moving averages and the way that I like to look at my charts, I always keep it on a 4-hour chart. Let me just pull up that chart just so you can see what I'm talking about. I like to keep my chart on the 4-hour chart. I don't know if I can put because I'm not really subscribed to Dex Tools. I don't know if I could be able to do this, or maybe I could just do it on my phone. Hold on a second. How I judge whether or not to buy. And remember, it doesn't matter. A chart is a chart is a chart. So you can use the same chart system for stocks that you use for cryptocurrency. I always keep it on a 4-hour candle. Now, for me, I have the three different moving averages up there. Some people call them Bollinger Bands. People call them all kinds of different names. I just call them the moving averages. For me, on the moving averages, let me move this one to a 4-hour as well. And let me see if I can get okay, yes, you can see it. Hold on. I never do chart analysis on Dex Tools. I only put it here on Dex Tools because it's nicer for the screen. I can't do it. I want to see all of those moving averages, so I'll just have to tell you. I want to see all of those moving averages swing down below the bars. So they have to be below the body of the dojo candle. Below the body. It doesn't have to be below the wick though. And then I like to see the MACD just touched the very top of the upper body, right where that wick starts, and then you know it's gonna pop. For whatever it doesn't matter what's going on. As long as that happens, you know it's a buy signal. It's time to buy. So even when Saitama, it was going down, we had that one final pop, the one that was I don't know if you can see my phone. Hold on a second. No, you can't see it. Let me turn this light off. Hold on. Can you see that? No, you can't see it. Oh, wait. Hold on a second. Forget it. Abort. Abort. It's not happening. So, long story short, hell, long story short, there's still no buy signal. But I promise you, because I always do it, guys. I always do it. If I do see a buy signal for Saitama, I'd be the first to let you know. I'd say, guess what? You're not going to believe it. There's a buy signal. But here's the other thing. So I think it's going to go lower. We might even gain a zero here. If that happens and there's a buy signal, I'll let you know. But here's my concern. I don't know if you were here earlier. So they're going to Dubai next week. They really need to get more whales in this project. They need big money in this project and they need it stat. Even Scott Herman, if you go and watch Scott Herman's last video that he did about Saitama, he even said It is imperative that Russ hits a grand slam in Dubai. If not, we're in trouble. We're in massive trouble here. Big trouble. Because think about it. The big whales are pulling out. The majority of people that have wallets in Saitama, they're dust wallets. My wallet is considered a dust wallet. Anything that is below a certain area, I think it's like 150 bucks. That's considered a dust wallet. If your tokens are not going to cover the basically like the gas fees and everything, it's considered a dust wallet. 67%, it might even be more now. I'm not sure. But 6 weeks ago, was it 6 weeks ago? Sandstorm did a video on it and it said at the time, 67% of all the wallets in Saitama were dust wallets. Can you imagine? And now the price has dropped precipitously since then? Probably more. They need they need huge whales. They have to hit a grand slam in Dubai or it's a big problem. So, I'd wait this one out, Arturo. I think your money would be better spent in terrarium. Did you say you are in terrarium, Arturo? Terrarium chart back. Come on now. Be good. I think we got some good support there. Ooh, ooh. You calling me master? I like that. Let's see, Michelle's in the house. What's up, Michelle? Tammy's one of my favorite. No, you're one of my favorites. That guy says, I tried to send my dust to Teddy Ganja, but guess how much I got stuck with? 1.78 shares. They will not let you out. It's in the contract. Laughing my ass off. You sent your money to your Saitama tokens to Teddy Ganja? Why? You can't even burn every token. It won't let you. I'm sorry. While I was telling my little story there, I missed a bunch of comments. So I'm going to try to. Oh, Sade's in the house. Sade. Hi, Sade. Good evening. Yeah, Sade is a huge cheerleader, and so am I for Shiptoro. You guys know about Shiptoro? They just launched just a few weeks ago. Let me pull up that chart. Oh, hold on. I got to do this. Wait, I'll make me really small because nobody wants to see me. Hold on. And then I'll hit up the Shiptoro chart. This is a new token. And the reason that I got into it, listen, I appreciate the power of the community token. Seriously. I think community tokens, they're the thing. Because no matter what you say about Saitama, the one thing you can say about them, that community is very strong. And if not for the wolf pack, Saitama would be nothing. It would be nothing. But with the wolf pack, they are holding on by their fingertips to this project. They keep adding to their positions because they refuse to let it go. If not for the wolf pack, this project just wouldn't exist. And Shibtoro, I think, is going to be one of those projects that's going to be a huge community token. It just launched about 3 weeks ago. And of course, like most tokens, people did take profits, but I want you to take a peek at the chart because Normally on day of launch with tokens that are like meme tokens, you see like one huge green candle, and immediately thereafter, it's followed by a huge red candle. Being that that didn't happen with Shiptoro, I was very attracted to this team. I liked what they're putting together, and here's the funny thing. Well, I don't it's not really funny, but it's what's up. One of the big whales in this project is from Saitama. He's one of the Saitama guys, and he said, you know, "I wanna be in a project that helps people. Number 1, that helps the holders, lets them have financial security. I wanna be able to help people." They're the project that just sent that big $25,000 donation to the people in Ukraine. They did it, I think, last week, and because of them, like, a lot of other people started to give too because they put the wallet address to where you can send it. I didn't know you could even do it. So, of course, I put in a personal donation for people in Ukraine. It was just a good thing to do. So they do have a lot of things planned there at Shiptoro. It is one of those projects that the community is very strong. So if you guys are interested in like, the possibility of like who's going to be the next big community token? Who's it going to be? I think it's the Shibtoro. I think it is because they just I can't even explain to you. If you go right now they say how many holders do we have here? 2,800. This token is still so new. Still so new. It's like 3 weeks old. They are everything. They're like all over. If you go to their Telegram group right now, I bet you there's a mess of people that are in that voice chat. They're diehards over there. They're not fooling around. Shibtoro is not fooling around. They just had a massive burn. I think they burned like 30% of their entire supply. So that's done. Oh, here's somebody in the chat saying Shibnobi. His name is Shibnobi. What's the next big okay, listen, all right, there are a lot of big community tokens, that's for sure, and oh, Arturo said he got Shibtoro, yay! But you hate the name? Why? Yeah, I'm in Shinja too. I have a pretty big bag over there in Bitmart, so I'm loving the reflections, loving those reflections. It makes a huge difference. Shibnobi says, "Tammy, check Shinja. If you are looking for the next big community token, hint, hint, I'm in it. I've been in it. Believe I've been in Shinja for a long time since it hit Bitmart. I've been there. Don't worry. Don't worry. Teddy Ganj is going to Dubai with the people from Shinja. So he's going to be repping over. I'm so proud of Teddy. He has done such an amazing. Teddy is hilarious, you guys. Oh my gosh. I love Teddy so much. We're friends. I have Teddy's address. He trusted me with his address because I wanted to send him something. He's so cute. But he's just so smart. He's an AWS engineer. Basically, he can basically make an app. So when this is how really started to get worried about Saitama. When Teddy told me, he's like, Tammy, the Sata mask, they're saying that this is a DDoS attack. I'm like, yeah, it's a DDoS. I can see it. It's a DDoS attack. He's like, no, DDoS attacks cannot last longer than 24 hours. He's like, they put the captcha in there. That's end of DDoS attack, period. He works for AWS, which is, Amazon Web Services. He diagnosed the whole thing. He's like, I think this is what their problem is. I want to, and he offered his services to Saitama. He's like, listen, Max, hit me up. I'm the guy that you need. This is my specialty. I can help you with this. Your specialty is coding. I get that. Teddy's a coder too. He's like, but this is my forte. I will help you guys because he's an investor in Saitama too. He's like, I want to help you get this freight, get it up and going. Let's go. And they didn't take him up on his. If they were to hire Teddy as a contractor, they would have had to pay him like 50 grand a month for his services. Right? Michelle loves Teddy too. He's just so He's just so nice, and Teddy's gonna be a daddy soon. Well, 9 months probably. Yeah, they just found out that she's pregnant, so that's awesome, and just other things that happened along the way. Teddy's like, "This is literally impossible because of this, and this." So that's really what kind of shook me out of my wolf pack stupor. I was like, "Oh my gosh, they are lying," because, like, I had a bad feeling. Like I said, I think I have a pretty good judgment for people, like, I can hear them talk and look at them and have that instinctual feeling of, "Ooh, I have to watch this one. Not no, I can't trust this one." It like that, and when Russ talks, I just get that feeling that, "Can't trust this guy." And, "What's up, legal alien? Happy hump day to you too." Oh, no, we're past hump day now. Now it's officially Thursday here on the East Coast, which is where I am. Yes, woman's intuition. I definitely yep. He says, "Russ is lying." She says, "Women's intuition," and Russ is lying for sure. I do agree. I think he's lying because he doesn't know what to do. I think he believed Max when Max told him, like, "We got this. It's gonna happen. We're gonna make this happen. We got this." I don't think they know what to do. I think that they're stuck with this SATA mask. There's issues with it. There's problems with it. I mean, if there was no issue, think about it, if there was no issue, launch Seda Realty. Launch it. What are you doing? The reason that they said they stalled the launch of Seda Realty was because there were a few exchanges prior to launch. Now, my friend Rodney from My Crypto Journey, he detected those transactions and he put out a tweet saying, "Hey, guess what? People are pre-buying Seda Realty before it launches. That's bullshit." And people started yelling at him on Twitter, "Oh, you're a liar, bullshit." So he deleted the tweet. He's like, "Well, maybe I was wrong. Maybe I didn't see it right and I want to get rid of it. I don't want to, you know, FUD anything because we like to be completely factual." And Russ came out and said, "The reason that we can't launch it is because there was a few transactions prior to launch and I wanted to be fair." Rodney was like, "I was right. Oh my gosh, I knew I was right. I knew what I saw. I knew I was right, but I wanted to do the right thing and just, delete it." So everyone's like, "Oh, you dirty deleted your accusations." So Teddy's like that. "I was right, guys. I was right." But Rodney said the transactions were not that much. He's like, in total, it was like $60 worth. Why would somebody do that? I'll tell you why. Somebody was probably making transactions just to make sure the sales went through. So they probably got like 3 to go through and probably 30 failed. And that's why they pulled the ripcord on Seda Realty. That's just what I think. Obviously, I don't know there's nothing I could possibly know that's going to be 100% accurate because number 1, the devs, yep, Teddy's got the Shivalingam. Yep. I ordered a Shivalingam. It's coming from India. It'll be here in 3 weeks. I don't know if that's good because I'm not really Catholic, but I'm Christian, so I don't know if I'm allowed to do that, but I got it anyway. We all need a Shivalingam in our life. We'll just say that. It's basically a good luck charm. Michelle says, "Tammy, you probably know more than the devs do at this point." I think anybody knows more than the devs do at this point. I honestly think they just don't know what to do. I think they know. how many people are relying on this now? So many people have I don't know if you were here, Michelle, when I was talking about this poor girl reached out to me. I say girl, she's probably a woman, and she showed me screenshots of how many separate times she bought Saitama, like $25,000 worth because she kept buying the dip. And she's like, "My husband is going to kill me. He trusted me with this money," and it's not the same girl that because somebody sent Brad an email basically saying along the lines of the same thing, "My husband's gonna kill me. He trusted me with this money." It's not her. Because I said to her, I'm like, "Oh, did you reach out to Sandstorm?" And she's like, "No, I saw that too, not me." Uh, I feel so bad for that woman. I don't know what she's gonna do. Tangi's in the house. Good evening, Tangi. How are you? We're just talking about all kinds of stuff. We're going all over the place here. I'm talking about this poor woman that reached out to me regarding her Saitama, how much money she put into it, $25,000. She thinks her husband is either going to murder her or divorce her, and she's not sure which one is the worst case scenario at this point. I feel so bad for her. And the only thing that I could say to her was, I think it's going lower at this point. There's no buy signal in sight. Right now, it's just bouncing up from 12 and 13. I think we have the potential of maybe gaining a zero. If Scott Herman, we all know who Scott Herman is. If Scott Herman is saying Russ needs to hit an absolute grand slam in Dubai or we're in big trouble, we're in big trouble. For Scott Herman to fess up and say that on his YouTube channel, it's gotta be bad. He knows the Wolfpack is gonna go after him for that, but he said it anyway because he's like, "Man, I might as well be truthful at this point. Like, how much more is really left to lose? We're down to 13 at this point. I've gotta try to salvage a little bit of my reputation. Look how many of the influencers have all but abandoned Saitama." Scott Herman is right. What do you think, Tangi? Do you think he's on the fence? I think he's kind of straddling both sides of the fence. With that comment, he's definitely a straddler. He's like, okay, well, at least if it goes down, I can say, hey, man, we needed the win in Saitama and it didn't happen. But if they bounce back, he can say, man, I knew it all along. You see, I always made videos for Saitama. I always supported the Wolfpack. I was there. Not like the other guy. Oh, gosh. What's his name? The one they just attacked. The guy that's living in South Africa right now. Michelle, you know his name. He did Tangi, he really did. And he spoke from his heart because I think he knows it's time. He needs to tell the truth. A lot of people had lost a lot of money. Like that poor woman, she kept buying the dips. She kept buying it and buying it. She's like, "Tammy, I thought I was doing the right thing. I didn't spend all of my money at once," which is always the right thing to do. Never spend your entire bag on your first purchase because there's always going to be the chance of a retracement where you can dollar cost average in and get some tokens at a lower price. So she thought she was being very smart, a savvy investor by holding off and just doing like 1,500 there, 3,000 there. Well, the dips kept coming and she kept adding, and now she's in trouble. Is Austin here? I gotta just do that because I'm missing too many comments here, people. I didn't see Awesome Austin, but you guys know the guy I'm talking about, right? Austin, if you're here, who is the guy that they just attacked on Twitter because he finally was like, "Hey, I sold half my bag. I have 2 trillion Saitama. I sold 1 trillion. I'm holding the other trillion, but I'm out. I'm done." Yes, thank you. Ryan Patrick. Thank you, Austin. You're the man. Ryan Patrick, he finally came out and said, "You know what? Enough is enough." And I think the tipping point was when he went on Rodney's channel and he had a back and forth with Rodney, and Rodney's like, "Listen, come on, Ryan, how many more promises are going to go broken? How many more deadlines that won't be met until you finally realize what's going on? What is it gonna take?" And Ryan Patrick is like, "No, no. Look, Seda Realty is going to be that thing that we need, you know, that big thing. This is going to happen. They're launching it. It's going to be, what they always say, the catalyst. It's going to be that catalyst that we need to jumpstart Saitama. It's gonna happen." And when they didn't launch Seda Realty, he's like, "Oh," li he had already said it, like, "It's going to happen. They're gonna launch it. Yeah, of course." There's always that one thing that wakes you up and you're like, "Oh, oh, damn. Oh, maybe I have been stupid all along." Like I said, for me, it was the DDoS attack where Teddy was like, "Tammy, can't happen. Can't last any longer than 24 hours." Then I'm like, "Damn, why would they lie about that? Why wouldn't they just come out and say, you know, what it is?" Let's go back to the terrarium chart. Because now I've been talking for so long, who knows what might have happened. More green candles. Come on, y'all. Look at all those buys. Boom. Still have strong support here in the high fives. So that's good. Considering how many people took profits today, that is really good. So I think it's just a matter of, let me pull the chart down so everyone can see the name in case somebody just pops in. There we go. I'm getting the hang of the StreamYards thing. I'm getting there. Hey, my first live stream, I didn't know how to share the screen, so I'm improving every day. Blue collar crypto is in the house. I like Terra Squad. That's what I said, right? That's a good name. I was like, is it just gonna be like the regular, okay, terrarium army? I didn't like that. Terra Squad, I think, is really great. It is a healthy chart, very healthy chart. Consider it, like I said again, considering how many people made a boatload of money, we had to expect that some people were going to take profits because look at that chart. It just kept going up and up and up. It was inevitable that people were going to take profits. So I think this is a great area to be in. Tangi says, shout out to that guy, Legal Alien, RD Price, and Blue Collar Crypto. Tangi loves you guys. Kevin says, I named that. Thank you. Please give me my credit. All right, Kevin, you have your credit, sir. I put you up on the screen and everything. Everyone, bow to Kevin, who came up with Terra Squad. It is good. RD is saying hi to Sade. Oh, you know what? My friend Adam, he's made a couple videos about Bobatama. I've heard about them. I probably should do a video on them because it seems to be that a lot of people are talking about Bobatama. So I might do a video about them. We'll have to see. Oh, that guy with another super chat. He's been hitting me all night. It's the one time I like to get hit, which may or not be true. May or may not be true. Did I tell you guys the story, the supernatural story? It's crazy. I shared it with a few people. Not everyone knows. I'm going to share it with you now. I didn't want to share it before because I thought it might be something that my mother was trying to communicate to me. However, now I'm convinced it was not my mother trying to talk to me. I was making a video for ShipToro, and the way that I work my camera, I trigger it with a remote control so I can hit stop and record just with my hand. I'm sitting here making a video. When I make a video, all of the lights are off with the exception of my studio lights, the key light, the hair light, the red candle, and I have one light that shines up at the ceiling to give light to the ambiance. And my cat always sits in the corner and waits for me to be done. She curls up in a ball just like she is right now. She waits for me to be done, and then we go about our business. I'm sitting here making the video. I think I catch movement out of the corner of my eye. So I look over and there's nothing there. And I was like, oh, okay. So, I'm collecting myself, getting ready to proceed with the next sentence. The light that's off screen turns on by itself. I look over to see what the hell just happened. And my cat is no longer laying down curled up in a ball. She's standing up like she's looking at somebody. And I'm like, I know, Libby, what the F? And I hit stop on the remote. I went back to edit the Shibtoro video. There was voices in the microphone. What? I couldn't believe it. I wish there was a camera on my face when I started hearing the voices. I was like, because you couldn't hear them with the ear, they were only picked up with the microphone. It was crazy. And I sent it to a bunch of people. What's up, everybody? Did I miss a super chat? What? Awesome Austin with a $50 super chat. Thank you, Austin. You're the best, my friend. I appreciate you so very much. Was that because I told the ghost story? Did I send it to you? Were you in the chat that I sent it to? Because you know how we're all like in that big line. Tangi, did you see the video? Thank you, Austin. I really appreciate that. I appreciate all you guys for coming, seriously. So I was trying to decipher what the voices were saying. I thought it was my mother initially. It's not my mother. Whoever talked to me said, well, I can't say. It's creepy. I thought it was going to be like a pleasant thing. It's creepy. That guy, what's up? That guy hit me up with another super chat. Hit me all night. Thank you very much. I appreciate it very much. Arturo says, I'm the best YouTuber. Okay, well, I don't know about that. I is that the saying? I. Tangi's saying, no, I didn't. But I came with a certain set of skills. Well, I gotta send it to you because it is straight up creepy. And it was not my mother. I thought for sure it was my mother trying to communicate to me, or I have other people that I've lost in my life. I thought it was them. And then I heard what it was, and I was like, "Oh, no. Mm-mm, my mom wouldn't say that to me. No, that's not her." So now I feel free to share it. I sent it to Teddy Ganja because he says he's a psychic in training. For some reason, Tangi, I thought you were in that thread. He says he's a psychic in training, and he's like, Well, it's a woman. I'm getting a female energy, and it's a positive thing, but somebody put it through like a voice. Somehow they cleaned up the voice. I don't know how they did it, but they cleaned up the voice, and whoever it was, not happy with me apparently. Thank you, Legal Alien. What you guys are hitting me up with all these awesome super chats. Thank you very much. I appreciate it, you guys. So yeah, that's the creepy story. I can't tell you what the ghost said because I'm almost scared to say it because I'm worried it's listening to me. And like if I repeat the words, I don't know if you believe in this, but if you repeat the words, can happen. Yes, Kevin says, "Terrarium, it's a beautiful entry," and I 100% agree. As I mentioned earlier, I actually did pick some up on Bitmart. You know why? Because I hold mine in my MetaMask. If you hold it in a wallet, you're not going to realize the reflections that are on an exchange. I know a lot of people that don't use wallets, they're gonna hit it up on Bitmart. So I'm like, "I gotta get some of those reflections." I'm jumping in here, so I threw a couple $100 on the Bitmart for it. Kevin Allen says, "One quad burn coming up next week." I'm telling you, this is not a this terrarium is honestly a once in a lifetime opportunity, and I can't believe for once I got into something from the beginning. Well, excuse me, not the very beginning. There are some people in the chat who got in on the presale. Was it was it you, Austin? I Tangie, I just did. I sent it to your Twitter so you could check it out, and you'll see the whole thing go down, and when the light turns on, you're not gonna be able to see the light turn on, but you'll notice if you watch it on a phone, it might be hard to see. You'll notice that the back wall gets brighter, and that's when I look over because I'm like, "Who just turned my light on?" Somebody that's not happy with me. Juanito says, "Tammy, when did my experiment, I could hear what sounded like a woman's voice, but couldn't make out what it was saying." What did you do, like an EVP type of thing? What's up? Crypto Gray, thank you very much. Yeah, Tangie, you have to watch it on the big screen because not good. I do wanna answer this person because I did make a video about this and I feel obligated to talk about it. Can you please talk about Koala NFTs? Yes. Did you ever reach out to the guy that runs the website? I posted his email address in the comment section. This way, not the comment sec yes, I pinned it to the comment section. You can get in touch with them. I did send an email to him and I said, "Listen, got some people." Because remember when I made the video, I'm like, "Ooh, you know what? Their website is a little glitchy. I just wanna let you know their website's a little glitchy." And what he said to me, "If you go to the website, you can see your NFTs that you've purchased. If you've put them to stake, you can't see them." Does that make sense? So, guys, I'm gonna bang out wait, I gotta share this thread for a second. I do want to go to this website because I just wanna make sure it's you can see it on StreamYard. Okay. Okay, so here you have to go to connect your wallet. Hold on a second, now I gotta do this. Which wallet did I buy it with? Oh, I hope this one. Okay, okay. Why isn't it connecting? Oh, okay, there it is. Okay. So then you go to if you've purchased microwalas, you go to microwala, and it's going to show you the different crowalas that these are the ones I purchased 3 in the video, if you remember. I left this dude out to hang, okay? I staked 2 of them. If you wanna check out the ones that you staked, you go to, um, where is it? Staking, I think. I have to connect the wallet again, hold on. Is it this one? Wait a second. Mint. No, no. Hold on a second. No, shit. I hit the wrong button. Shit. My koalas staking. I did this like 2 weeks ago. Here. And this is you can see that when you hit that, your koalas are going to be here. So it says, I have 2 koalas that are staked. You don't see them. You just see how many rewards that you've won. And if you want to harvest your tokens, you would hit that. But I'm not going to do that because I'm going to wait until I collect them. But when you do unstake them, it's like 25 cr- crow, or is it 40 crow to unstake each one? I can't remember. I made the video so long ago, but that's how you do it. So I hope that helped you. I didn't want to leave you hanging. I did answer you. I don't know if you saw my comment, but that's basically the thing. So it did, you have to just do it like that. If you have them staked, you can't see them. How's Plantanaso doing? They're going to be on the Dojo swap. I listened to the live stream tonight from Cliff, and they're going to do a whole huge marketing blitz for all of the tokens that are going to be launched on Doja Swap. So I'm telling a bunch of people like, hey, you want some, stuff going on with your token like Shibtoro. Shibtoro should be launched on Doja Swap because when they do that marketing blitz, that's going to be huge recognition for any token that goes on there. Project Phoenix should do it. Shibtoro should do it because for tokens that are smaller, this is a great opportunity because they don't charge that much to go on the Doja Swap. So I think it would be really good. Did that guy leave? The one that asked about the koala thing? I feel bad because I had a lot of problems with that myself. But so yeah, I'm going to continue to add to Bitmart and any exchanges that they buy on because I do want, like I said, I'm a little greedy. I want to get all of the different reflections from all of the different exchanges. So every time it hits an exchange, I might as well just buy a little bit on that exchange just so I can get all of the different reflections. So, all right, guys. Well, I'll mention to our dev, yeah, you should Sade because I think it's a good opportunity to raise awareness for the token. Cliff tonight was talking about when they launch that Doja swap, it's going to be a huge thing. They're going to do massive Twitter raids and just everything that they can possibly do to raise awareness for this Doja swap. Wouldn't it be crazy? Call it crazy if Doja swap launched without a hitch. Wouldn't it be crazy if that was possible to do without a DDoS attack or, I'm just saying. Well, guys, I appreciate you guys all for coming by and hanging out with me for so long. It's 1 a.m. here, so late. And, I basically just came on to talk about terrarium because I know a lot of people were upset that it came down to here. But I just said, listen, this is a good place to buy in. This is a long term project. This is a once in a lifetime opportunity. And I can't believe that I got in it so early. I'm very fortunate. I got in the day of launch. So I am very fortunate. And I thank everyone who's involved in the project because it truly is just a once in a lifetime opportunity. So thank you, RD. I appreciate all of your hard work. I know you've been putting in crazy hours and you're the best. Thank you. Thank you to everyone who popped by for the live stream. Thank you to everyone who so generously gave with super chats and gave with your time and comments and likes and everything. I appreciate each and every one of you. And that's going to do it here. Oh, just as I was about to pop out, Robert Bryant popped in with a super chat. Thank you very much, Robert Bryant. And he says, hold on. Thank you for the info. Keep up the great work. I was really hoping for your personal opinion on a project. Diamond Hands to the Moon. On Terrarium. Yep. That's my personal thoughts. If you're talking about terrarium, that uh, I don't know if you follow me on Twitter, but I actually posted a picture of my wallet last night, not because I was bragging about how much was in there, only because this one guy had posted a fictitious chart saying, "Hey, look it, everyone's getting wrecked by terrarium. Run home to Saitama." And I'm like, "No, no, people don't research things. So if they see that fictional chart, they might believe it." I just wanted to counter that with facts. Whenever I post anything on Twitter, it has nothing to do with making fun of anybody, nothing about picking on anybody, definitely no personal attacks. I just want to keep it facts. And I said, no, no, that's not a fact. As a matter of fact, right now, as you're posting this chart, terrarium as it is at an all-time high. I put 500 bucks in, and now my wallet's at 5,000. So this definitely came down because listen, people are of course going to take profits here. Let me go back here. Look at how long these green candles are. Boom, all of those beautiful glorious green candles at an all-time high. People are definitely going to take profits, especially when it hits an exchange. Do you know why? People love to send their tokens over to an exchange so that they can sell them on an exchange. You know, they're just going to send them there, collect the reflections there. They're going to take profits. It happens. So, Robert, yes, you won't be able to see your Corollas, but they're definitely in that mint. But you can, if you want to unstake them, you can do it. So, thank you very much, guys. I appreciate everyone for coming over. Thank you to everyone that gave the super chat. Terrarium is looking fine. This is a great chart. You know, it's wasn't the typical launch where there's a ginormous green candle and then it's followed by a ginormous red candle. We didn't have that. We didn't see any ginormous red candles. This is just normal profit taking. And they always tell you you should take profits. It's the right thing to do to cover your bases, but I really think this is going to be ginormous. Like ginormous, ginormous. It's not a meme coin. This is not some project. This is going to be a centralized exchange like a bank. It's amazing. And think about it. All of the devs are completely doxxed. They're practicing physicians. Everybody know who RD is, right? People probably even know where RD lives. These guys are not going to pull a scam. That's not what's happening here. This is a legit project where a bunch of wealthy individuals went in to build something to create generational wealth. If Dr. Praveen had $70 million in Saitama and didn't pull it out, I think we can trust him. That's what I'm saying. All right, guys. Well, that's going to do it here for me today. Oh no, again, that's just saying I've been on too long. That's the fourth time I've had to hit it. Tangi says Jersey's finest crypto queen to to all of her royal subjects. Make sure you bless her highness with a click of the like button before you leave. Thank you so much, Tangi. Thank you for always having my back. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Thanks to everyone who came by for the live stream. And I appreciate everyone that gave me a super chat. Austin, you're the best, man. Thank you. I appreciate it. And until next time, remember, try to only buy on the red candles right now on Terrarium is your chance. And until next time, please, please